All right, today we have a story problem about a snowman. A snowman is built blank feet tall. We're gonna get our information from this graph. So after 0 hours, this is how tall the snowman is. What number is in between 4 and 5? That would be 4.5. The sun shines on him, causing him to melt. Each hour, the snowman is blank feet shorter. So after 1 hour, this is how tall the snowman is. And after 2 hours, this is how tall the snowman is. After 2 hours, the snowman is 4 feet tall. And if this was 4.5, what number is in between 4.5 and 4? Well, that would be 4 and 1/4. Or you could also write that as 4.25 or 4 and 25/100. All right, then we're going to use this information here from the graph and complete the table. So after 0 hours, so right away after we built the snowman, it's 4.5 feet tall. After 1 hour, it was 4 and 1/4 feet tall. And then after 2 hours, it's 4 feet tall. So you have to figure out what the pattern is. What is it increasing or decreasing by? And then complete the table. All right, initial value, that is the same thing as the y-intercept or the b value from an equation. You can get that either from the graph or from the table. Rate of change is just another way to say the slope, which is also the m value of the equation. And you can get that by figuring out what is happening over and over and over every single hour. Once you have these things here, you'll write your equation. Remember, the form is y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. All right, independent and dependent variable, we haven't really talked about those, but an independent variable is something that changes, but it's always changing constantly. So that would be time. Time goes on forever and ever and ever. I guess in this case, it would be hours. Dependent variable is something that changes, but it depends on something else. So the height of the snowman is dependent on the hours that pass. So the more hours it's in the sun, the shorter that snowman is going to be. So that would be the height. All right, you get to write your own question and answer here. So for example, you cannot copy mine, but I could say, what is the height after 12 hours? All right, on the back side, first thing I'm going to tell you about is complementary and supplementary angles. Complementary angles, they add up to 90 degrees. So if we have a 90-degree angle here and we break it apart into 2 acute angles, they're going to say, oh, you're so cute. And this one's going to be like, oh, you are too. They are complementing each other. So those are complementary angles. Then we also have supplementary. Running out of space there. So that is where we have a straight line. A straight line, I could put another line here, and I have 2 right angles. A right angle is 90 degrees, and 90 plus 90 is 180 degrees. Give mommy your marker. My son is just trying to steal my marker from me. So these add up to 180 degrees. All right, so here we have letter A. This line here is 180 degrees. This portion right here is 82 degrees. How many degrees then is this? Okay, well, this plus 82, I'm gonna actually just use X right now. So some number plus 82 equals 180. Okay, you might be able to figure this out in your head. If not, we'll use the inverse operation and we will minus 82 from both sides. Pardon that interruption. Okay, so if we subtract these here, we will get 98. So x equals 98. However, we have this other equation here, a plus 10 equals 98. So now we have to solve for a. We can figure out what number plus 10 is 98, or we can minus 10 from both sides. So a would be 88. So down here on the bottom, I'm going to say 88 degrees.